You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, let's talk a little bit more about the Dallas Cowboys and Micah Parsons. As we know, yesterday afternoon, Micah Parsons went nuclear. All right, he's fed up with Jerry Jones, fed up with the Dallas Cowboys, his lifelong team. This is the team he said him and his father grew up rooting for, right? Came up rooting for. And that's got to be a tough move by him, but he's fed up. I still don't know exactly why Jerry does this to superstar players, where most teams out there take care of their stars. Jerry's got a tendency to wait till the very last bitter minute, and it's finally spilled over. Now, what's interesting is, keep in mind one thing. He's graded out on PFF as the 6th best edge rusher in the NFL. Personally, I think he's better than that. I mean, this is my issue with their grading system. I think there's some flaws. In my opinion, I mean, look, Khalil Mack is not as good as Micah Parsons anymore, but he was ranked ahead of Micah Parsons. Part of that is probably the 4 games Micah missed for injury. But by and large, Micah plays every game. And when you look at his tackles for loss, his quarterback hits, and his sacks, he lives in the damn backfield. I mean, essentially. And so he's 26 years old. Bill Belichick says he's the closest thing to Lawrence Taylor he has seen since Lawrence Taylor. Think about that a minute. So anyway, we've got the update is mainly the reaction, but A.J. Brown and CeeDee Lamb have both weighed in on this. By the way, there's a contingent of Eagles fans that believes that Micah Parsons is destined to be an Eagle, but it won't be by way of trade. The Cowboys aren't trading Micah Parsons to the Eagles. So I don't know. I don't know what that's about, actually. I don't know if they're thinking about after the next extension from some club. I don't know how they would pull that off. But Patriots would certainly be a team. Raiders certainly be a team. There's some mumblings out there about the Niners and the Packers. I don't know if they're going to trade him, which I believe they ultimately will not. You got to remember, we're only what, 2 months out from Myles Garrett having said, signed a contract after saying he was demanding a trade out of Cleveland. I will not stay if I don't have a quarterback. Okay, well, you got 4 of them now. And we don't know that near one can fucking play. Okay? We don't know if any of them sons of bees can actually play NFL football. So, Hater Report put this up. Micah Parsons requested a trade. This picture is going to haunt Dallas fans forever. Of course, Luka getting traded out of town. Yes, Micah holding a Donich jersey. Luka with the Parsons jersey. My God. A.J. Brown weighed in on this. Micah want to be an Eagle. He loves Philly. All right, Parsons went to Penn State. That's right, grew up in Pennsylvania. He has a lot of family and friends there. There's no way. There's no way. In case you're wondering, somebody put up potential compensation for Micah. I can tell you right off the bat, it starts at two first-round picks. All right, 2 first-round picks is where you start. CeeDee Lamb after the request. Never fails, dog. Just pay the man what you owe him. No need for the extra curricular. In other words, why is Dallas always talking about this drama? And that's what this is. It's a bunch of drama. I don't know if this has since been taken down, but it's hilarious. You got fans of Micah that have put up this GoFundMe account to try to get him the hell out of Dallas. I mean, seriously, watching the offense go 3 and out, getting triple team while Dak throws in the quadruple coverage, hearing, quote, "This is our year" from Jerry Jones, well, it may be the year. This may be it. I mean, he's done so much, like hire Brian Schottenheimer as the head coach. Although, I will say this. Myself and John Matrix made a video about this over on the big channel yesterday when this news broke. And one thing we did talk about, we talked about it in our Dion video the other day on the big channel. I think there's a good chance Dion would have been the coach of the Dallas Cowboys had he not come up with bladder cancer. All right, that's just the theory I got working. But, yeah, he wasn't going to take an NFL job while he's battling something like that. So, right here, obvious candidates, trade candidates are the Bills, the Ravens, if they want to get past the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs is rather interesting in that. I will say that. I do. I mean, can you imagine Micah Parsons and Chris Jones? They got to think about getting past the Eagles as well. Chiefs, Bills, Ravens, any of those. Bills feels awfully right to me. You got that would be an all-world superstar on defense, all-world superstar on offense. Same with the Ravens. Same with the Chiefs. If Dallas was to do this, an AFC team is the only thing that makes sense. Now, in case you're wondering, it would take, in my belief, it's going to start at at 2 first-round picks, and I don't know if we can find Schefter on this. Where he put it up, he had put up something. By God, Trayvon Diggs, DeMarvion Overshown, they put up an avatar of Micah Parsons. Woo, man, I got to tell you. Yes, this is it. This is the Khalil Mack trade right here, which was a 2019 first, a 2020 first, a 2026, a 2023rd, and the Bears received Khalil Mack, a 2nd-round pick, and a 7th-round pick. So that's a very, very gives you a good idea. All right, gives you a good idea that my theory would be somewhere in the neighborhood of 2 firsts and a 3rd might get it done. There's no way Dallas can do this. There's no way. Jerry cannot legitimately say we're trying to win a Super Bowl and trade the best defensive player on the team when the defense ain't been good to begin with. Unless he's factoring that in, but he's the only dog you got. Trayvon Diggs, come on now. I don't want to hear it. In case you're wondering, contract-wise, he wants something up north of $40 million a year. All right? That's where he's at. Something like, I imagine he'd like to see something like 150 with about 130 guaranteed for 4 years, maybe. Probably 3 years. 3 years, something like that. It's going to be, I'm thinking 45 a year is probably what it's going to take. They're saying that there had been a contract out there, yada, yada, yada. And here we are. I think it gets done. My theory was they open the season against the Eagles on Thursday night. I think he signs a new deal something like the Friday or Saturday before that game. He ain't worried about training camp. He's an edge rusher. He's going to go out there and hunt. No problems. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time. Before we jump in, make sure you go to our merch store. Our Make Basketball Great Again shirt and our newest shirt that just came out. Both shirts are brand new. The American Flag Skull Fever Enforcer shirt. And use promo code CC22 for 20% off.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.